Cross your left leg in front of your right leg so you can roll over back onto your hands and your knees. Tuck your toes under, sit your hips to your heels. Keep your hips to your heels. No, keep your belly to your thighs as you slowly straighten your legs. So they might not go all the way straight. See if you can keep your belly and your thighs together. And lift up onto your tiptoes. And then press your right leg straight. Deeply bend your left knee. And switch sides. Left leg straight, right knee bent. And straighten up both legs. And inhale, come forwards into plank pose. Plank on your knees might be a good choice. Try and lift right up onto your tiptoes. But press your heels back. Pull your heart forward. Low ribs in. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees, chest and chin. 2 full breaths. Press into the mat so that you can bring your pelvis down. Extend your arms down alongside your body. Interlace your fingers. Release your index fingers. As you inhale, lift as much of your body up off the mat as you can. Try and spiral your inner legs up towards the ceiling. And lift your legs a little bit higher. Lift your arms a little bit higher. Lift your chest. And then come down. Come up onto your forearms. And you have your toes tucked under here. Feet about hip width distance apart. Press into your forearms. Pull your heart forwards. And keep the back of your neck long, neutral curves in your full spine. And press down with your pelvis. Bring in your core. So your legs are active, core is active, heart pulling forwards. And come down. Your hands underneath your armpits. Push up into tabletop. And then bring your forearms down to the mat. Interlace your fingers, your elbows wide. And for the first few breaths, let your chest sink down so your arms might slide forwards. Your shoulder blades might slide together. Your forehead might even touch the mat. Then pull your elbows in a little bit closer. Spread your upper back. Bring your low belly in. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips. You might walk your feet in a little bit closer. Keep pressing down the full length of your forearms and keep your head lifted up off the mat. And walk your feet in as far as they'll go. Maybe roll right up onto the tips of your toes. Press your torso back towards your thighs. 2 more breaths. And then walk your feet back. Bring your knees down. Come up onto your hands and your knees. As you breathe in, raise your right leg into the air. This time, bend your knee and see if you can lift how high you can lift your leg up. Pull your heart forward. So we're in back bend here. And press the sole of your foot up towards the ceiling. Even though you're in the back bend, keep containment in your ribs. Pull them in. Strong position for 2 more breaths. Bring your right knee in. And step your foot between your hands as you lift your left knee up off the mat. Sink your hips down low. Bring your left hand down to the mat, or if you want to use a block, you can bring it underneath your left hand to your right thigh, twist. And then breathe in, raise your right arm up. Try and spread your collarbones as you reach up. Try and lift your left hip a little bit, pull your right hip back. Now reach your right arm alongside your right ear. And you untwist, bring your right hand down, left knee down. Straighten your front leg. So you could bring the block with you and sit all the way back onto the block. Or if you can sit on the inside of your left foot, your left heel, with both sitting bones equally down, and do that. Breathe in, raise your arms, and breathe out to fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen your heart, and exhale to bow down. And press down with your legs. Inhale, rise up. Bend your front knee so that you can bring your foot down to the mat. Hands behind you to lift up. Bring the block, come back to hands and knees. As you inhale, extend your left leg, bend your knee, and lift it up high. Pull your heart forwards. Now hug all the muscles to the bone of your lifted leg. So you could experiment. You might notice your knee lifting out to the side. What does that feel like? Form of a twist. Or a sole of your foot facing up. Both hip points facing forward will be more strengthening to your core, to the midline, to your glutes. And step your foot between your hands. Lift your right knee. And place the block underneath your right hand if you're using it. Left hand to left thigh, twist and lift up. Create as much space as you can between your collarbones. Stretch the front of your chest. If your right hip is dipping way down, lift it up. Pull your left hip back. It's like you're scissoring your legs together as you extend your left arm alongside your left ear. And untwist, bring your left hand down. Right knee down, and then sit all the way back. So you might use the block, or you can sit onto the inside of your right heel. Both sitting bones down. Inhale, raise your arms, and exhale to fold. So you're active. Press both legs down into the mat as you inhale, reach your heart forwards, and exhale. Notice if your left leg is kind of rolling to the side, and try and press your inner leg down towards the mat. As you breathe in, raise your arms, bend your left knee so your foot can come to the mat. Hands down so that you can lift yourself back to hands and knees, tuck your toes, hips to heels, lift up, downward facing dog.